Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. You are doing good. Very good. So write your homework properly. That is good. Yes or no? And you have to read the book every day. Got it? What are the lessons I have completed? Read the book. And what are the lessons I have completed? Study all those questions what are given. Okay, and read the book. Got it? Then we are going to start a new lesson today. Before start the lesson, we have to check the answers. These are homework answers. Take your homework note. Open the homework page first. Now we are going to check the answers. Okay. First one is, dash was a trade policy popular during the period 1600 to 1800, 16th to 18th century. Answer is mercantilism. Okay. And second one, does had trade relations with Europe since very early times. Answer is India. And third one, the Dutch East India Company was formed in 1602. The English East India Company known as British East India Company. And the last one is, the British East India Company attacked and captured the French factory at Chandanagur. Okay. Chandanagur. So these all are the answers for the homework. If your answers are wrong, you can correct the answers now. Got it? Correct it fast, all of you. Okay, today I am going to start a new lesson from social and political life. Already one unit, one chapter has completed in social and political life. Yes or no? This is the second chapter you are going to learn today. That chapter name is Vision Set Forth in the Indian Constitution. Okay, you are going to learn about the Indian Constitution. The meaning of Constitution is Arasiyal Amippu. Okay, so the Constitution means the supreme law. Like our school, we have some rules and regulations. We should follow the rules. We should do our duties also. We have to complete your classwork, you have to complete your homework, you have to submit every day, you have to come to school with uniform. Like that, many rules and regulations are there, and you have to also you have some duties also. Yes, in the home also some works are there. And you have to obey your parents, and you have to do your homeworks, houseworks, and you should help your parent. Like that, some in home also some rules will be there. Your parent, they will give you some rules. You should not watch TV. Like that, your parent will guide you. They will give you some rules. So we follow that. Like that, in our country also we have some rights, we have some duties, we have some rules, we have some laws. So law means chattam. If there is no law, we will not obey. We will not obey, and the people, they will do the crime. Crime will be there always. So if there is a law, all the people will get some fear for the laws. For the acts. So that the laws are made, some rules are made, some duties are given. Okay, so we have to do the duties, and we have many rights. So we can enjoy with the rights. At the same time, we have to follow the rules, and we have to follow the law also. Okay, the first we are going to see about the Constitution. So the Constitution is the supreme law. Okay, so the Constitution of India recognizes democracy, socialism, secularism, and national integration. Okay, so these all are the primary goals of the nation. What are they? Democracy, socialism, secularism, and national integration. So these five are the primary goals of the nations. Got it? And the Indian Constitution represents the vision and values of its founding fathers. The framers of the Constitution showed and uncompromising respect for human dignity, and unquestioning commitment to equality and non-discrimination, and an abiding concern for the poor and the weak. Okay, so the rich people are there in the country and the poor people are there country, but all under the constitution, all the rights, all the duties are equal to everybody. Got it? All the humans are equal. There is no partiality. Yes or no? So this constitution is made for the human, for the people, to make the people equal. Got it? Salient features of the Indian Constitution. Okay, some of the salient features of the Indian Constitution is given. You see there, read with me all of you. Largest written constitution, the preamble, federal structure of the government, parliamentary type of government, universal adult franchise, independent judiciary, partly rigid and partly flexible, secularism, fundamental rights. Okay, once more you have to do it. Okay, read with me all of you. Largest written constitution, the preamble, federal structure of the government, parliamentary type of government, universal adult franchise, independent judiciary, partly rigid and partly flexible, secularism, fundamental rights. Okay, so these all are the salient features of the Indian Constitution. Okay, so I am going to explain one by one. The first one is largest written constitution. Okay, so India's constitution is one of the very biggest written constitution. Okay, comparing to other countries' constitution, our India's constitution only the largest written constitution. Okay, and in the constitution, what are they? The constitution la ennala irukku? Fundamental political principle irukku, establishes the structure irukku, procedures irukku, powers and duties, and the fundamental rights, directive principles, duties of citizen, everything are there in the constitution. Okay, and this is one of the largest, bulkiest and most detailed constitution in the world. Overall world, our Indian constitution only the detailed constitution. Okay, and also in our constitution 395 articles are there. How many articles are there? 395. Okay, 22 parts are there. Every part has some articles. Okay, so all together, okay, overall 395 articles are there. Okay, and 12 schedules are there, and 110 amendments are there. Okay, and comparing to the other countries, USA has only 7 articles. How many articles are there in USA? 7 articles. And the Canada 147 articles, and Australia 128 articles only. Okay, and the preamble means துவக்கம், முன்னுரை. This is one of the short introduction given in the beginning of our constitution, and it declares that sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, the sovereign nation is initially supreme and independent of any outside control. The word socialist aims at the establishment of an egalitarian society in India, and some directive principles also there in the preamble. Got it? Then the next one is federal structure of the government. The Constitution of India provides for a federal structure of government. It means in our government there are 3 levels. Okay, one is central government, state government, and local government. There are 3 types of levels are there. Okay, 3 levels are there in the government: central government, state government, and local government. The central government ruled by the prime minister, and the state government controlled by the chief minister, and local government controlled by the local members. Okay, so at the same time in constitution, in government there are 3 organs are there. What are they? Legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay, book page number 227, it is given under the heading of federal structure of the government. Underline it. 3 organs are there. They are legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay, So these organs operate at every level of the government with varying degrees of powers, the highest degree of power being exercised by the central government. Okay. Then the parliamentary type of government. What is that? Parliamentary type of government. In India, we follow the parliamentary type of government, which is representative in nature. Okay. And it means that the executive organ of the government is answerable to the legislature or the parliamentary of the country. So in parliament, there are two Sabhas are there, okay? Two bodies are there. One is local Lok Sabha, which is called the lower Sabha, lower house, and Rajya Sabha, which is called the upper house, okay? And every house, every Sabha, they have some members, okay? It has some members. They are selected by the people, okay? All the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha members elected by the people, and the majority party in the Lok Sabha heads the government as the Prime Minister. Got it? Universal adult franchise. India has universal adult franchise. Hence, every adult means 18 years completed people, they are called the adults. Okay, they can vote no matter what is or her race, religion, language, caste, wealth, sex. அவங்க எந்த மதமாக இருந்தாலும், எந்த ஜாதியாக இருந்தாலும், எந்த மொழியை பேசினாலும், ஃபீமேலோ மேலோ, அவங்க எல்லாருமே 18 இயர்ஸ் தாண்டிட்டுன்னு எல்லாருமே என்ன செய்யலாம், ஓட் போடலாம். தட் இஸ் கால்டு யூனிவர்சல் அடல்ட் ஃப்ரான்ச்சைஸ். ஓகே. அண்ட் இண்டிபெண்ட் ஜுடிஷியரி, சுதந்திரமான நீதி. The Constitution of India provides for an independent judiciary which has the responsibility to act as the custodian and protector of the Constitution of India. So in judiciary department we have some independent judiciary, okay, and it is one of the body of the uphold law, punishes the guilty and settles disputes. நீதித்துறையில் என்ன செய்வாங்க, தப்பு பண்ணியிருந்தால் தண்டனை கொடுப்பாங்க, தப்பு பண்ணலன்னு என்ன செஞ்சிடலாம், தண்டனை கிடைக்காது. எஸ் ஆர் நோ? ஸோ இட் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த சேஃப். இஃப் there is no punishment, all people will not follow the law. எஸ் ஆர் நோ? தண்டனையே இல்லைன்னா எல்லா மக்களுமே என்ன செய்ய மாட்டாங்க, சட்டத்தை மீறிடுவாங்க. யாருமே சட்டத்தை என்ன செய்ய மாட்டாங்க, ஃபாலோ பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. ஓகே. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த safeguard of the citizens. Then it is partly rigid and partly flexible. So there are certain provisions which can be amended by a simple majority in the parliament, which there are certain provisions also amendment requires not only a special majority parliament. Okay. And the secularism, the word secular means sarva dharma samabhav. The meaning of secularism is sarva dharma samabhav. Okay. Which means we have to respect all the cultures and the religions. எல்லா நம்ம கலாச்சாரத்தையும் ரிலீஜியன்ஸையும் என்ன செய்யணும், நம்ம ரெஸ்பெக்ட் கொடுக்கணும். Got it? And the last one is fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. The Indian Constitution has given certain rights and duties to the citizens. These are known as the fundamental rights. அடிப்படை உரிமைகள், நமக்கு என்னென்ன உரிமைலாம் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு. ஓகே. The fundamental rights chapter is also called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Fundamental rights நம்ம எப்படியும் சொல்லலாம், Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948. Okay. So these rights are mentioned in part 3 of the Constitution and are justiciable. The fundamental rights are defined as basic human freedoms which every Indian citizen has the right to enjoy for a proper and harmonious development of personality. So we have many fundamental rights are there, okay, especially 6 fundamental rights are there. Okay, shall we see that? 6 fundamental rights are: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so these 6 are the fundamental rights. Okay, read with me all of you one more time. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Got it? So these all are the fundamental rights. Okay, so the first right to equality. All the people are equal before law. எல்லா மக்களுமே சட்டத்தின் முன்பாக சமம். Okay, and the all citizens of India irrespective of one's religion, caste or gender have right to vote. எல்லாருமே vote பண்ணலாம். According to articles 40 to 21, all will enjoy same rights without any discrimination on any ground. எல்லாருமே எல்லா ரைட்ஸையும் என்ன செஞ்சிடலாம், யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். அதில் வந்து எந்த வேறுபாடுமே கிடையாது. Okay, next one is right to freedom. சுதந்திரத்திற்கான உரிமை. This is for the freedom of speech and expression. நம்ம எங்கனால என்ன செய்யலாம், பேசலாம். நம்மளோட உரிமைகளை வந்து கேட்கலாம். நம்ம வெளிப்பாடுகளை என்ன செய்யலாம், பேசலாம். ஓகே, and we can move from our country to our place to any other part of the country. நம்ம ஸ்டேட்லேருந்து எந்த ஸ்டேட்னாலும் போகலாம், எந்த டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்னாலும் போகலாம். Is or no? Got it? So these all are come under the right to freedom. Then a right against exploitation. Children below 14 years of age should not be allowed to work. 14 வயதிற்கு உட்பட்ட குழந்தைகள் யாருமே என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது, ஒர்க் பண்ண ஃபேக்ட்ரிஸுக்கோ சுரங்கங்களுக்கு என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது, போகக்கூடாது. ஓகே, it should be not allowed. Right to freedom of religion. India being a secular state, மதசார்பற்ற நாடு. Secular means what? You should know the meaning of secular. Secular means what? மதசார்பற்ற நாடு. So all the religions are treated equally in India. Got it? So all the religions, they can worship their gods. Okay, there is no rules. Okay, they have the rights. And cultural and educational rights. There is a lot of diversity in India, so people have a right to preserve and promote their own language and culture. Minorities have the right to establish and administer educational institution of their choice. And the right to constitutional remedies. A citizen can move the court if he is deprived of his fundamental right in any way. On 10th December 1948, the United Nations adopted the Charter of Human Rights. நமக்கு ஏதாவது ஃபண்டமெண்டல் உரிமைகள் கிடைக்கல, நம்ம என்ன செய்யலாம், கோர்ட்டில் அப்பீல் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, the fundamental rights for Indians have also been aimed at overturning the inequalities of pre-independence social practices. Especially, they have also been used to abolish untouchability, hence prohibit discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. நம்ம நாடு வந்து மதசார்பற்ற நாடு. And also it is one of the equal, as I know, all the people are equal in our India. We should not show any partiality for because of any religion or any race, caste or sex or place of birth. Got it? And some fundamental rights are available even to the foreigners also. For example, in the case of right to life, significantly fundamental rights are subject to reasonable restrictions. For example, the right to freedom of expression does not allow a person to abuse other. The right to freedom of expression, நம்ம வந்து உரிமைகள், நம்ம வந்து என்னென்னாலும் பேசலாம் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக நம்ம யாரையுமே என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது, எல்லாரையுமே என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது, குற்றப்படுத்தக்கூடாது. ஓகே, and if a person crosses the set limit, he can be tried in a court of law. On the other hand, the accused can also seek the legal procedure to prove that he was wrongly being accused of breaking the limit in this case. And we have some fundamental duties. Okay, the 42nd amendment to the constitution added a new part to the constitution under the heading fundamental duties. We have many rights, and at the same time we have to do our duties also. We should do our duties. It is given in the 42nd amendment in the constitution. Okay, and it lays down a code of 10 duties for all the citizens of India. Citizens have the duty to respect the constitution. நம்ம கான்ஸ்டியூஷனுக்கு என்ன கொடுக்கணும், ரெஸ்பெக்ட் கொடுக்கணும். Okay, we should respect to the national flag. National flag எங்கே இருந்தாலும் என்ன செய்யணும், அதுக்கு ரெஸ்பெக்ட் கொடுக்கணும். We should respect to the national anthem. Whenever they uh, anybody sing the national anthem, we should standing straight. Is or no? Protect the sovereignty, unity the country, and safeguard public property by avoiding violence. Public property means public the area, bus stand, bus stops, and the buses, and the government buildings, every roads, public tanks, everything are government property. Isn't it? That means our property, our own property. We save, we protect our property. Is or no? So the government properties also should be protected by ourselves. We have to protect. That is our one of the duty, because we are the citizen of India. Yes, so we how we enjoy with the rights, at the same time we have to do our duties also, and we should follow the law also. Okay, so that we can avoid the crimes. Okay, so from this lesson what you have learned, the Constitution of India recognizes democracy, socialism, secularism, and national integration as the primary goals of the nation. We have learned. Yes or no? Then it shows deep respect for human dignity, equality, non-discrimination, and carries an abiding concern for the poor and the weak. And also we have seen the salient features of the Constitution. What are the salient features we have seen? Largest written constitution, the preamble, federal structure of the government, parliamentary type of government, universal adult franchise, independent judiciary, partly rigid and partly flexible, secularism, fundamental rights. These all you have learned. And at the same time you have learned about the fundamental rights and fundamental duties also. Okay, and our Indian Constitution, this was made by the Constituent Assembly. Okay, and it was the Constitution Assembly only they were made, and the cabinet mission only they planned on May 16, 1946 to make the Constitution, and it was framed on between December 1946 to December 1949, 3 years. Okay, and it came into effect on 26th January 1950. We celebrate 26th January as Republic Day. Why do we celebrate Republic Day? Independence Day, we can say that. When do we celebrate the Independence Day? Yes, August 15. Yes, and when did we get the independence? 1947, August 15 we got the independence. So that we celebrate every year August 15 as Independence Day. So Republic Day also we celebrate. Why? Because the Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. Constitution உருவாக்கப்பட்டது, நடைமுறைக்கு வந்தது 26th January 1950. So 26th January, அதனால தான் நம்ம Republic Day நினைச்சிரோம், celebrate பண்ணுறோம் every year. We should know that. Yes, why do we celebrate the Independence Day and Republic Days? Okay. Classwork. Take your classwork note, all of you. Take fast, open fast. First question is, what are the goals of our Constitution? The Constitution of India recognizes democracy, socialism, secularism, and national integration as the primary goals of the nation. The Constitution of India recognizes democracy, socialism, secularism, and national integration as the primary goals of the nation. When did the Constitution of India come into effect? When did the Constitution of India come into effect? 26th January 1950. 26th January 1950. Write fast, all of you. Your handwriting should be very neat. Write fast. What is mean by secularism in India? Secularism means what? The மதசார்பற்ற நாடு. Indian secularism means Sarva Dharma Sambhav. Meaning tolerant attitude towards an equal respect for all cultures and all the religions. There is no state religion and no religion is considered more important than others. Write fast, all of you. Have you written, all of you? Shall we write the next question? Fourth question is, how do the fundamental rights enable us to live with dignity? Answer is, the fundamental rights are defined as basic human freedom which every Indian citizen has the right to enjoy for a proper and harmonious development of personality. These rights universally apply to all citizens irrespective of race, place of birth, religion, caste, creed, color of gender. Thus, they enable us to live with dignity. Write first, all of you. Your homework is find the answers of book back onwards. Okay. Find the answers of book back onwards. Okay. Page number 232. Okay, page number 232. Take the correct answer and write true or false. True or given. Okay, find the answers. Read the book and find the answer from the book. Got it? We will see tomorrow.